The Russia-Ukraine war has far-reaching effects on global affairs, from the Azerbaijan Airlines crash, the sabotage of undersea cables in the Baltic Sea, to the Mediterranean shipwreck, and the oil spill in the Black Sea. The stories behind these incidents are all closely tied to this ongoing conflict. In this video, we will explore how these events reveal the spillover effects of the war and their profound impact on international security, energy supply, and the global economy. Welcome to Black Bloc Hong Kongers, your go-to channel for in-depth discussions on international politics and global crises. Stay tuned as we uncover the truths behind the headlines. Like, share, and subscribe to join our community of critical thinkers. On Christmas Day, a deadly plane crash incident once again expanded the global repercussions of the Russia-Ukraine war. On December 25th, Azerbaijan Airlines Flight J28-43 crashed while traveling from Baku to Grozny. According to Reuters, the flight might have been shot down by Russia's air defense system, with sources suggesting the Pantsir system as the likely culprit. Western media outlets also cited Ukrainian and US officials, asserting that the crash was caused by Russian military actions. Azerbaijani officials, however, pointed to a Russian surface-to-air missile as the cause of the crash, with reports indicating passengers aboard were injured by missile fragments. Although Russian authorities did not immediately admit responsibility and urged caution in making premature conclusions before an investigation was completed, the signs strongly suggest that this tragedy is connected to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. The crash occurred on the same day that Chechnya reported an attack by Ukrainian drones, and the flight experienced GPS interference as it entered Russian airspace, a typical countermeasure against drones. The aircraft also failed to land at the nearby Makhachkala airport, which had been temporarily closed due to drone threats. Ultimately, the plane diverted over the Caspian Sea to Aktau in Kazakhstan, where it tragically crashed while attempting an emergency landing. Given the background of drone attacks and GPS interference in Chechnya, it's hard to deny that this disaster was a direct spillover effect of the Russia-Ukraine war. Just hours after the J28-43 crash, another incident occurred in the Baltic Sea, where an undersea cable connecting Estonia and Finland was reportedly damaged. The incident was allegedly caused by an oil tanker, the Eagle S, which departed from the Russian port of Ust-Luga on its way to Egypt. The ship is suspected of dragging its anchor and damaging the cable. Finland's government quickly detained the ship, claiming it was part of Russia's shadow fleet used to bypass Western sanctions. This was not an isolated incident. In November, a small Chinese-owned cargo ship, the Yaipeng 3, also set sail from Ust-Luga and reportedly used its anchor to sever two undersea fiber optic cables connecting Sweden and Finland and Germany. The Danish and German navies intercepted the ship on the high seas, and after diplomatic negotiations, Chinese authorities allowed investigators from Denmark, Sweden, and Finland to board the vessel. Similar incidents of sabotage have been attributed to Russia, especially in the context of Western sanctions. Disrupting energy and communication infrastructure in Europe appears to be a strategic move to escalate the economic cost of the war on European nations. On December 24th, another incident occurred in the Mediterranean Sea when a ship, the Ursa Major, sank due to an explosion in its engine room. The ship, which was sanctioned by the US due to its alleged connections with the Russian military, was reportedly headed for Vladivostok, Russia. However, Ukrainian military intelligence claimed its actual destination was the Russian naval base in Tartus, Syria, where the vessel was carrying weapons and equipment, likely meant for the Assad regime. While Ukraine did not officially take responsibility for the attack, the incident points to the increasing use of unconventional warfare tactics as the conflict intensifies. as Ukraine faces mounting pressure on the battlefield. Targeting Russian interests abroad, including in the Mediterranean, may be seen as a way to strike back at Russia. On December 15th, another significant maritime incident occurred in the Kerch Strait, where two Russian oil tankers, Volga-Neft 212 and Volga-Neft 239, broke apart during a storm. One of the tankers sank, and the other ran aground, leaking oil into the surrounding waters and causing severe environmental pollution. The two tankers, both over 50 years old, are part of Russia's shadow fleet created to bypass Western sanctions on oil exports. The advanced age and poor safety standards of these vessels raise serious concerns about their operational safety, and this incident underscores the risks associated with relying on outdated and unsafe vessels for transporting vital resources. This oil spill, while not directly attributable to Ukraine, highlights the consequences of the Russia-Ukraine war and the West's sanctions on Russia's energy sector. As long as Russia continues to rely on this aging fleet to circumvent sanctions, similar incidents are likely to occur. From the plane crash to the undersea cable sabotage, the shipwreck, and the oil spill, the spillover effects of the Russia-Ukraine war are becoming increasingly evident, whether through direct military confrontation or these seemingly incidental events. It is clear that the conflict is far from confined to the battlefield. With Western countries intensifying sanctions against Russia, the Kremlin is resorting to various means of retaliation, and these actions are having a profound impact on countries far beyond the conflict zone. As global leaders, including former US President Donald Trump, express hopes for ending the war, it is clear that achieving a ceasefire and lasting peace will be far more complicated than a simple declaration of 24-hour ceasefire. The world will continue to grapple with the far-reaching consequences of this war, and its impact on global energy, security, and geopolitics will likely be felt for years to come. Thank you for watching BlackBlock Hong Kong's Global Insight Network. Like, share, and subscribe for in-depth analyses on international politics and critical issues. Explore these videos next and join the conversation for a more insightful world.